The world of Squid Game is full of crazy secrets. The mysterious masked guards running the deadly competition, the shadowy organization behind it all, and most interestingly, the rich VIPs who watch and bet on the games from a safe distance. But what if some of those VIPs weren't just watching? What if they were playing and standing right before our eyes? It sounds wild at first, but we already know it's possible. Oh Il-nam, player 001, was revealed to be the mastermind behind the games at the end of Season 1 on his deathbed. The frontman then turned out to be Hwang In-ho, a previous winner who now runs the whole show behind the scenes. So if these insiders can take part in the games, who else might be more than just a desperate contestant? Let's look at all the theories, from innocent migrants and old ladies all the way to former military men. Minsu. One of the most discussed theories centers around Minsu, player 125 from Season 2. At first glance, he seems like an ordinary participant, but fans quickly noticed something off about him. Unlike most contestants who looked disheveled and desperate, Minsu appeared well-groomed and composed from the start. This theory gained major traction online when fans noticed something strange in the cast credits. According to some viewers, under the actor's name on Google, Lee David, his role was listed as VIP3 rather than player 125. This led to speculation that Minsu was actually one of the masked VIPs in disguise, participating in the games for some unknown reason, and that Google had accidentally leaked it. However, this theory has some major flaws. First, the confusion comes from a mix-up between Lee David and David Lee, who played one of the masked VIPs in Season 1. They're completely different actors with similar names, and fans here made a big mistake. More importantly, Minsu's behavior doesn't align with what we'd usually expect from a VIP insider. Throughout the games, he appears genuinely terrified. He acts cowardly and fearful, always barely making it through the games, not like someone with inside knowledge or protection. During critical moments, Minsu panics just like any normal contestant would. The evidence suggests Minsu was exactly what he appeared to be, a regular contestant who found himself in over his head in the deadly competition. But many viewers still believe this theory and that he's hiding some kind of ace up his sleeve. Player 100. If Minsu seems like a stretch, player 100 from Season 2 gives a much more compelling case for being a secret VIP. This character stands out immediately for two major reasons. First of all, his staggering debt of 10 billion won, which is way higher than what most other players owe in the games. That's millionaire-level losses. Secondly, his strange attitude throughout the games also makes people think he's sus. While most contestants are terrified of death itself, player 100 is unnervingly calm around the concept. He always votes to continue the games when given the option to leave, showing no fear of the potentially deadly consequences. His attitude hints towards being someone who sees the games differently than the truly desperate participants around him, who fear for their lives. There are two main theories about player 100. The first is that he was a former VIP who lost an enormous amount of money through betting on the games. His confidence might come from having watched previous competitions, giving him insight that ordinary players wouldn't have, although this would clash with the fairness of the matches. The second theory is a lot darker though, stating that he joined purely for entertainment and a thrill. Some fans believe player 100 wasn't playing to win at all, but was there to make sure the games continued by influencing votes and manipulating other players. His selfish behavior and lack of remorse serve to support this idea. While watching player 100, it's hard not to notice how comfortable he seems with the whole situation, almost as if the stakes aren't real for him. Could he be playing with a safety net that other contestants don't have, just like Il-nam in Season 1? One thing is for sure though, everyone hates this guy. His selfish attitude and complete lack of morals made him one of the most disliked characters in Season 2. Whether he's a VIP or just extraordinarily super self-centered, player 100 plays the game with a different mindset than those truly fighting for survival. Kang Deho. Now this is where things get really crazy. Player 388, Kang Deho, might be the strangest case of all because he hardly appears on screen. But many players think he's definitely an undercover VIP. During key moments like the red light, green light game, eagle-eyed viewers notice that player 388 is nowhere to be seen in shots where he should be visible. When he finally does appear, it's conveniently near Gi-hun's group, one of the most important factions of players in the game. This also puts him close to the Big Daddy frontman, possibly so they can keep their operations running smoothly. Even his name raises suspicions. Dae means huge, and Ho means tiger in Korean, which some fans connect to the animal-themed masks the VIPs wear. Interestingly, there's no tiger mask among the known VIPs, suggesting an unrevealed VIP identity belonging to him. Some theories go even further, saying that player 388 might be an undercover guard or manager, placed among the contestants to monitor specific players or situations such as the revolt. His inconsistent appearances and mysterious background make him stand out in ways that can't be easily explained as just poor writing. Of course, there's always the possibility that his random appearances are simply editing mistakes or the result of scenes being cut for time. But in a show as carefully crafted as Squid Game, oversights like that seem less likely than a crazy conspiracy theory. Player 149. If we're talking about players who seem to have special protection, we can't ignore player 149, the elderly woman who lasted way longer than anyone expected. Some details about her gameplay raise red flags among fans. First, she somehow managed to smuggle a knife into the games, hidden inside a traditional Korean hairpin. Considering how thoroughly the guards search contestants and confiscate anything remotely dangerous, this should have been impossible, but it is a rare case for people to smuggle things in. During the Mingle game, when it seemed like she was about to be eliminated, player 001, who we later learn is Il-nam, the game's creator, leader, stepped in to save her. Why would he choose to help her specifically over anybody else? This is especially confusing when you remember that he mercilessly killed another player in the same game. Some fans even believe that she might be Il-nam's wife based on their similar ages and the special treatment she gets. If Il-nam had failsafes to keep himself alive during the games, maybe player 149 had similar protection and is taking over after her husband's death. But there is a flaw here. Why would she let her son enter the games if she controlled them? Could he be an imposter too? While the evidence isn't definitive, player 149's strange behavior and the special treatment she receives make her one of the most suspicious contestants in the series. Abdul. Abdul, player 199 from Season 1, doesn't immediately come across as a potential VIP. As a foreign worker from Pakistan who was terribly mistreated by his employer, Ali seems like a genuinely desperate contestant with a sympathetic backstory who everybody loves and adores. But some fans have pointed out elements of his character that don't quite add up. For one, Ali is incredibly physically capable, carrying Gi-hun to safety during red light, green light, and demonstrating strength and awareness throughout the games. But despite these abilities, he falls for one of the most obvious betrayals in the show when Sang-woo tricks him during the marble game and leaves him for dead. The theory suggests that Ali might have been placed in the game to test the moral character of other players, particularly G-Money. His almost unbelievable kindness and naivety pushed other contestants to either protect or exploit him, revealing their true nature under pressure and making the games more entertaining. However, this theory lacks any form of major evidence. Ali's death seems genuine, and his character arc serves a clear purpose without needing a secret VIP connection behind the scenes. His storyline highlights the exploitation of migrant workers and the theme of tragic betrayal, making a hidden identity unnecessary for his character's impact to last long term. The protected players theory. Beyond individual contestants, there's a much broader theory that other players in each game are secretly marked as protected and cannot be eliminated, no matter what happens. We already know this kind of protection existed for Il-nam, as the guards ignored his mistakes and staged his death when necessary. And the red light, green light doll didn't even scan him for elimination. This interesting theory poses the idea that multiple players in each game might have the same protection for various reasons. Some could be VIPs satisfying their curiosity by participating. Others might be plants designed to manipulate people in groups to cause events like the fights in Seasons 1 and 2. And some might even be previous winners or individuals with deeper connections to the organization. If true, this would mean the games aren't just cruel, but completely rigged from the start in an ironic twist. It would raise questions about every aspect of the competition we're familiar with, including whether any regular contestant ever truly had a chance to win at all. This broader theory ties together all of the individual VIP theories, suggesting that unusual behavior or special treatment isn't just an accident, but part of a systematic approach to controlling the game's outcomes and influencing events on the ground. What it all means. If any of these theories turn out to be true, it really changes our understanding of Squid Game and what it stands for. The competition isn't just a brutal game of chance and skill for desperate people, but a carefully orchestrated performance with predetermined elements and people in place to make things happen. This would explain why certain players receive special treatment, why some seem to know more than they should, and why others appear at just the right moments to influence main events. It also brings questions about Gi-hun's victory in Season 1. Was he truly meant to win, or did he succeed despite the game being rigged against him? As he returns to the games in Season 3, possibly forced to oversee them, will he discover more insiders hiding among the players? The presence of secret VIPs also hints at the organization behind Squid Game being even more complex than we initially thought. Beyond the front, daddy and masked workers, there could be other layers of sponsorship and observation, with some VIPs preferring to experience the games firsthand rather than watching from a safe distance or from a remote device. Whatever happens in Season 3, it's definitely going to be crazy with so many twists already taking place in Seasons 1 and 2. Which of these theories do you think is the most likely? Are there any you find plain dumb? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, drop it a like, and if you want to see more Squid Game content and theories, click the video on screen now.